Biggest challenges again was moving here, leaving everything behind. I had to sell everything that I own. There are certain companies that unfortunately doesn't respect certain rules when it comes to paying a person on time.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate enough now that after those two gruesome years, I was able to find my dream job here.
Hey guys, welcome to Oksy Vlogs. As you know, on my channel I interview people from different countries with different backgrounds. And today I have a guest. He moved to Dubai from Philippines, and let's find out about his story. Hi Axel, please can you introduce yourself in a couple of words?
Well, I'm Axel. I'm a surfer by heart, and I'm from Manila, and I've been living in Dubai for almost 5 years now.
And why did you decide to move to Dubai?
Well, it began when my sister invited me to visit. Then that kind of changed completely when she did invite me to visit. When I came here, I decided to just stay.
So I know that Filipino community is quite big in Dubai. It's one of the largest ones.
I think it's the third largest, correct? Yeah.
So why this city is so attractive?
For Filipinos, or OFWs as we were called, there's a lot of opportunities for work here. So a lot of the people that you see here are actually in the hospitality or in the F&B businesses, just because Filipinos are actually very hospitable in nature. If you visit in the Philippines, they're very friendly and hospitable. So they're very kind of perfect for that kind of business or work.
Guys, and one more important thing, we are going to run a giveaway today, so watch this video till the end and don't miss out. So, how did your Dubai journey started and what's been the biggest change?
Well, my Dubai journey started when my sister actually invited me to visit. During this time, I was in sort of a transition from different work and life as well. So it was for me sort of a decision to completely change everything that I was used to and come to Dubai having a risk or even having something new given to my life. And I was afraid of that, but you know, you have to endure. And yeah, I endured and now I'm here.
And how old were you?
I was about 34 when I transferred here.
Yeah.
34, 35 years old.
And what did you do before you moved to Dubai?
So before I was in a startup tech company, and I also used to work in Google Philippines as a business development manager. So I was into a lot of tech companies back then.
When you moved to Dubai, did you have a job or you were starting looking for a job
No,
from here?
I actually started as a visitor. I started with a visit visa, and during my first month, I was able to find a job completely different from what I do. I started out as a barista.
Oh.
So this was sort of a job for me to pass through while I was looking for the perfect job that suits my experiences.
Yeah, many people do the same. It's
Correct.
difficult to find the perfect job from the beginning. And how did you find the job?
So I met a couple of friends from school here. We sort of have an organization from where we kind of meet every month. And there I met another person that kind of introduced me to Emar. So I used to work for Emar in the Address Dubai Mall, and I started out as a social media specialist.
Before we continue this video, I have something special for you. If you are dreaming to move to Dubai and you want to find your dream job here, I want to introduce you to Trisha. She's the specialist and she helps people to find a dream job in Dubai. Trisha, can you introduce your services briefly?
Yes, of course. So Impressive CV focuses on all of the necessary tools for a successful job application, and that's whether it's personal branding, cover letter, LinkedIn optimization, and of course your resume. So we really focus on those people who are looking for support for the Dubai market, but of course on an international sector.
And Trisha has the list of recruiters and she can help you to connect you with the right people. So if you want to come to Dubai, Trisha is the right person for you. What challenges did you face at the beginning?
Well, in the beginning, the challenges was more of missing your lifestyle back at home. Um, Also, of course, I have a daughter, and leaving her behind, not really leaving her behind, but leaving her for a while, just to find better opportunities for me to be able to provide her, was the greatest challenge for me. But I think after a few months or even a year, I was able to actually bring her here to visit, so she can see Dubai. And then years after that, I would always come back home and visit her every year.
Did you have a culture shock when you arrived? Because Dubai has more than, I think, 200 nationalities.
Culture shock for me was because things are different here. You're kind of more grounded in terms of what you can do compared to like countries like the US or Australia. But in terms of social mingling or social being, not so much, because we were well traveled as a family and also cultured in many ways.
So what are you currently doing in Dubai?
So currently I work for Surf House Dubai. I am the operations and marketing manager for the whole team.
As far as I know, you love surfing, so for you it's your perfect dream job.
A bit. Like I said, it was a bit of a challenge for me to get here. But when I found this job, it was really perfect for me because I'm very passionate about surfing, and it doesn't feel like it's work when you're here. It feels like you're just waiting for waves, but you do certain work in between. But yeah, it doesn't feel like work for me.
Do you have time for surfing?
I do. The operations, or at least my time when I come in, sometimes I have time in the morning to surf because we surf in the early morning, like 6 a.m. up until 9, 10 a.m. Sometimes I start work at 10:30, so I have a good 2-3 hours to surf in the morning. Or if I'm starting in the morning, I can surf on my lunch break because the beach is right nearby.
Do you teach people as well?
Friends. I mean, Surf House Dubai, we have a surf school. So my colleagues are the ones who actually do the instructing and the teaching. But for me, I only teach my friends, and I don't even ask them for any kind of payment.
When I found out that you can surf in Dubai, it was a surprise for me because the water usually is flat.
Correct.
Yeah, and not many people know that they can surf in Dubai. So
Not a lot. It's not like the places like Bali or even the Philippines, Australia, Sri Lanka. It doesn't give that kind of waves, but it does give these waves that are very suitable for beginners. And sometimes it also gives those waves that are suitable for more advanced surfers as well. Our season here is from November to April. So it's a good 6 months where you can have a bit of surf, and it's good weather too. It's not too warm, it's not too cold.
what is the difference between working in Dubai to working in Philippines?
So working in Dubai and compared to working in the Philippines, you have to have a bit of a more disciplined work ethic and at least more focused. For me at least, I don't have a lot of things, or I don't have things that kind of distracts me anymore as opposed to what I had before in the Philippines. There's a lot of distraction. I would say here there's a lot less distractions for me, and I can focus on work.
What do you like best about living in Dubai?
Well, the best thing I like about living in Dubai is the diversification that it gives towards nationalities, accepting all these different people to work here, considering that the local people here, their population is around maybe 500,000. Then most of the other people here are actually expatriates.
Yeah.
So it gives that opportunity for different races and different nationalities to have that kind of good work and good life here.
And what do you dislike about the city?
To be honest, I don't have a lot of dislikes about the city. Dubai has become my home, and it's given me a lot of good blessings throughout the years where I was here. Challenges too, but more blessings.
Okay, what your biggest challenges?
Biggest challenges again was moving here, leaving everything behind. I had to sell everything that I own. The first year, for example, it was all work. I didn't have time for myself. Even if I had the weekends off, it was more of me just resting because I was so tired during the week. The second year, I found another job which was a little better, but there are certain companies that unfortunately doesn't respect certain rules when it comes to paying a person on time,
Yeah.
things like that. It happens, but yeah, I'm fortunate enough now that after those two gruesome years, I was able to find my dream job here.
But did you try to find a job in IT?
I did. I actually tried to go through every kind of option I can to submit my resume or CV. So I went online. I actually walked around in the mall even, or passing on my CV everywhere I can. I just this was my first actually challenge to really find a company that would actually look into your CV, because to be honest, they don't really look at everything, you know.
Yeah.
And it's much better if you know someone and they can refer you.
What does your daily life look like?
So again, it's more of just work. I come to work, have my first cup of coffee, and then I open my computer, read my emails, then look after the team, see what we need to do for operations, check out what I can do for marketing as well and social media. And then it's more of just waiting for waves, to be honest, in between. So if there are waves during lunchtime, I can sneak out, have a bit of a surf, come back to work, a bit more rejuvenated, energized, and yeah, I'm happy.
How do you spend your free time on weekends?
Well, I work on the weekends, but if I did have free time, for example, on my off days, which would be usually the weekdays, I would again go surfing. And if there wasn't a lot of surfing, then I would spend my time mostly in the ocean doing other water activities. So there's stand-up paddleboarding, but to be honest, I don't really do a lot of that, but sometimes I do. I learned sailing recently from a good friend, so that's a good plus. I skateboard. Underneath all this surfing thing, I'm also quite a bit of a sneakerhead, so I'm a fan of sneakers as well.
So do you have a big collection?
Not really, but I just like them. It interests me, and the culture behind it as well.
I noticed a lot of guys from Philippines, they like this type of like basketball, sneakers, skateboarding.
Correct,
I
yeah.
think it's quite popular, yeah, in your country?
Yes, in the Philippines, basketball has always been the sport that we're used to. I think it's because of the US when they were there for almost about 100 years. I, for one, don't play it anymore. I can't. I do have an injury in my ankle, my knee, so I can't do team sports anymore. But I can do surfing and skating. Yeah, I used to do basketball and soccer, football. I mean, but yeah.
How easy is to connect with people here and find friends? Let's say if you just move to Dubai alone from Philippines, is it easy to find a community and connect with people?
That would be easy. That would be the first thing actually you should be doing. Find a group or a community, like we would say, organization that is part of your country. Second would be finding an organization that's part of the things that you love doing or you're sort of passionate about. For me, for example, it was about surfing and skating. So the community here is not super big, but it's big enough, and whenever you're able to find that sort of common ground or similarity with certain people, then it's easier for you to be able to connect with them as well.
Can you recommend any Facebook groups maybe, or how
Well,
people can connect online?
top of mind, I only know about the surfing and the sneakers kind of groups. So this is more of the places I'm kind of dwelling on. To be honest, there are other Facebook groups or channels that you can join when it comes to finding work and finding places to live in as well, actually.
Do you have like a Facebook like Filipinos in Dubai? Because we have the same like Ukrainian in Dubai, Russian.
Yes, there is. There are channels like this. There's also actually a separate group for Filipino surfers as well.
Oh, nice.
Because the surfers here, there's a lot of us compared to different nationalities. I would say there are a lot of Filipino surfers, more of beginners, but there are some part of that group that have been here for even 10 years, 12 years now.
Are you able to save money in Dubai, and what tips can you share with our audience?
Well, actually, I can share a bit of tips when it comes to saving. The thing is, I'm a believer in rewarding yourself whenever you work hard every month. It can be in the form of eating out, buying yourself a pair of sneakers or whatever clothes that you like. Not too much though, because when you look at it, if you do too much of it, you see that you have too much stuff, and you don't really need too much stuff. But the tip that I would give is find what you're passionate about. For me, again, it was surfing. So the initial investment for me really is to have a surfboard, and it's free to surf in the ocean. You know what I mean? So for example, me, when there's surfing, it makes me happy, and I don't have to look for other things to do, and I don't have to go out anymore. I don't have to look for that kind of lifestyle where I have to be socially connected to people just because of going out, going to parties or clubbing or whatever. Probably my younger years back at home. But yeah, I've found peace in just doing what I'm passionate about, and if a person can find that as well, then they would see that they don't need to spend too much to do these things, because they're already doing it for free. So it can be also running, jogging, whatever, scootering around, biking, can be these kinds of forms, Yeah, and that would be probably the tip I could give to anybody, not even just Filipinos. Like, find what you're passionate about and do that for free.
But sometimes passion is not free,
It is. It
Dubai
isn't.
has
Yeah.
a lot of attractions, and people sometimes spend all their salaries on brunches and something else.
I know that. Well, I'm not a brunch kind of person, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were to describe your experience in Dubai in 3 words, what would that be?
Challenging, rewarding, satisfied.
What advice would you give to those who are planning to come to Dubai in terms of work and life from Philippines?
From the Philippines? Well, it would be best if they can actually try to find work prior to coming here. Looking for companies already months before arriving here. So at least they know already where to go to when they come. When I came here, I only had a 1-month visa, and I was sort of pressured to accepting whatever job I can, just so I don't have to fly back somewhere, come back again, things like this. So going through different websites like Libizzle, these kinds of websites that provides people looking at your CVs, this can really help. Finding different groups that you already know that are here, and checking if there are any availabilities for work in their companies. So these are the tips I can give. In addition, for people who are coming here, I would say to have a certain mindset that you're coming here to be serious and to come here to work. And the misconception of Dubai of being sort of a flamboyant kind of lifestyle place is not all that. Whenever you come to Dubai and whenever you are gonna find opportunities here, you have to be more disciplined in yourself and in your thinking and behavior when it comes to working.
And what are your future plans? How long are you planning to stay in Dubai?
Well, to be honest, it's indefinite. My future plan really is to continue working here in Surf House. I love working here, and the plan that I have for this year is actually to bring my daughter here, to be able to study here and have a bit of a more metropolitan kind of life, or that experience at least for a few years, then maybe go back to the Philippines.
Oh, that's amazing. So guys, now it's time to announce the giveaway. What is our giveaway today?
Our giveaway today is paddleboard session for 2 for 1 hour, and you can claim by calling us in Surf House.
So if you want to participate in the giveaway and win a prize, you need to subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we will choose the best comment, and the winner will be announced in 1 week. Good luck, and thank you for watching this video. I will see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.